Alright, hello and welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepitas Nestle, once again back with you. My co-caster, Yellow Paco, has actually gone a little bit AWOL here, so I'm going to be solo casting here for a bit until we find out where he has gone to. So here we go. I'm going to jump into the pick select screen, and we already have a couple of picks underway, so let me list them out for you. Mundo is out, Kale is out, and Casson is out. I should also say that we have Baruch versus RIT. So, we will do our best with me solo queuing this. Gragas is also out, so mid laners, well focused here in the first couple of bands. Vi is also out. And, now we're just waiting on that last band. Oh. All right, Thresh will be the last band, so of course because Elise was left with Vi out, that means Elise gets first pick status, so that will be the jungle Elise right there. And now it is up to RIT with how they want to counter the very good early game pressure that comes out from jungle Elise. Still a lot of good picks out there. The Mundo is out, which means that Shyvana is a great pick here. Shyvana can out-trade Renekton after that level 9 point. So usually that earns her a pick in this situation, but also the Trundle could easily be picked here as a counter to Shyvana, so maybe a little too early to pick that out. I expect to probably see a Leona in this game. What will be paired with the Leona is a different question. Caitlyn still on the board, and we have a room disconnection. We will see what happens. Well, what has happened, as I, of course, remember that it's F1 and not 1. There we go. So we had a DC, and we are just going to figure out what it is. So, yep, Dawn Fury just DC'd a bit, so hopefully we will be getting same picks, same bands, and we are just going to see what happens as soon as we get everybody back in the room and start things up. Once again, a reminder, this is the last match of the Northeast region tonight. Oh, there's Dawn Fury, so we should be back into the game very soon. And, yeah, last game of Northeast, and then we will have a 1 hour break between the 9 and 10 o'clock hour, and then at 10 o'clock I will be bringing you the West Regional Tournament, and I will be doing that with Crusader Kitten later on tonight, and that will finish pretty much my 7-hour stint of casting today. So thank you all for those of you that have been with me for the entire time, and will be with me for the entire time. Just long days, long days. So, finally got everyone back in the lobby. RIT had to readjust their order here after they lost Dawn Fury. Dawn Fury, who was actually first pick? Yeah, he was first pick. So, they are getting everything back together. And hopefully everything gets set back up. So I'm excited. Sounding a little bit tired, but still excited. And really, I can't get tired now. I still have 3 hours of casting left to do after this, so you know, no rest for the weary. Was watching the Challenger Series before that. And Challenger Series looks good tonight. So I think it's Call Red facing off against Cognitive. So always nice to see Zamfira, the one man who's not afraid to bring Malzahar back every once in a while. He was playing LeBlanc, so he's a dirty traitor to the cause. So yeah, same bands out as last time, and we should rifle off the picks as we had just done before. So waiting on these two picks. We actually waited a good long while for them to take their first two picks last time, so let's see which ones come out here yet again. Do really like the early game Jungle Elise. It's got great burst damage. It can really chunk through a lot of health because it's percentage-based health damage, so you don't need a lot of the AP to really get the damage down. It's really all about comboing the damage together to be effective. And Dawn Fury coming out with Yasuo, and that will be paired with an Olaf apparently. So very mobile melee fighters, able to get to the back line quite easily. Considering the right situation to set up Dawn Fury, it could be a very easy time for him to get to the back line and really disrupt any AD carries that Baruch is going to try and throw out. So now it is up to Gimme That Elo and AA Battery to come together and try and figure out how they are going to stop these two very mobile melees from getting to the back of their team. And first pick here looks to be Shyvana, so looking for Shyvana Orianna in order to get the ball rolling here. And a ball carrier plus a tanky diver, real good way for them to get the back line and maybe even a little bit of the front line here of RIT together and keep them in check. And it's always interesting to see what people bring out against Yasuo nowadays, because a lot of people are really afraid of the wind wall. They don't want all of their damage mitigated. So some of the picks have been a little bit different. I do worry a little bit about the Orianna because they're going to try and move the ball into strategic locations in order to get the damage down. And a good wind wall can really, it can block the ball, in essence, eat the ball. And without it, the damage won't get through, so shockwaves can be denied. And if something like that were to happen, but the shockwave, I should say this, the shockwave can only be denied if it's in projectile form, if it's flying out with the Q, the command attack. If it is currently on someone, it can go straight through the wind wall and get through to the enemy team. So we are just moving along, and we see the Morgana and Caitlyn picked up. And Morgana Caitlyn will team up. There'll be a pretty strong bot lane that's a good amount of snare, CC. It's a great amount of poke. And it will also punish them for diving in on Caitlyn very easily. And we now see the rebuttal bot lane picked. And that will be Leona Sivert. So that's going to be the On the Hunt, which will really speed up almost everyone on their team. And I am being Skyped at. Can't see the clock. Oh, yes. Why am I... Oh. I forgot that I changed it in between when I went last minute to Champ Select. Thanks for pointing that out. I am amazing. I am just too smart for this stuff. So yeah. We have the On the Hunt engagement, plus the Solar Flare, plus what I assume to probably be a Talisman of Ascension coming out. So it's going to be a very fast mobile team fight once Solar Flare comes down and hits onto the purple team. I'm actually going to be... I do have to wonder here if it's going to be a mid lane Morgana or whether this is going to be a mid lane Lulu, because both of them can support and do AP damage. And it's going to be very interesting because mid lane Lulu is really all of the rage nowadays, especially with it getting Alex Itch's seal of approval. It's kind of like the diamond seal of approval. It means you can now play this in mid lane because they have done it. But it looks like they are going to be sticking relatively close to their pick order here. And not going to reveal anything until the time is up. So, this is going to be very interesting to see if the teams stay the way they are, or whether they keep on, or if they just keep on switching. Oh yeah, they're gonna keep them switching. They're just gonna be like, which one are you going to prepare for? Are you going to prepare for the mid lane Lulu or the Morgana mid? So, you at home cannot actually see the summoner spell, so I will tell you. So we will look at it just as soon as the time comes out. And yes, the time is out, so the players can no longer do it. So I will tell you, it will be a mid lane Morgana, judging by the fact that there is an Ignite on her right now, and what I am guessing to be the support Lulu, judging by the exhaust. Summoner spells, it will be Ignite for both top laners. That will be on Yasuo and Shyvana. Smites on the junglers. It will be a Ghost onto Olaf, once again, just so he can run through the back of the team fights. It is going to be hard for him to catch up to Sivir due to the On the Hunt active, with all of that extra movement speed, plus the movement speed she gains by hitting him with auto attacks as she moves backwards. It's going to be very hard for him to chase through without taking a good bit of damage and really getting punished by the enemy team. Morgana, I expect to probably try and play a big role in these fights as soon as the engagement happens. If he can stay alive long enough to really get the soul shackles onto the front line and maybe a little bit of the back line. And then Zhonya's, really that burst damage and that heavy engagement can really be weathered well by the Zhonya's. And then, of course, the damage will still keep on going through the Zhonya's. The soul shackles will stay intact, they'll do their slowing, and then get that second burst of damage if the shackles can erupt. We also see probably a good wild growth here will go on to Olaf as he rushes into the enemy team, and they'll use the wild growth to do the last breath from Yasuo, because that's the knockup they need in order to initiate Yasuo's damage. But I do worry that without the wild growth, there isn't really a terribly great way for Yasuo to engage, or nothing that's extremely reliable at this point. He's going to have Steel Tempest, and he can use Steel Tempest to start it up. But if his Steel Tempest doesn't land on enough folks, they are going to be completely dependent on wild growth to really get him into these team fights. It can be done, it's just a good bit harder. Now, other ones to watch out for is, I just have to say, I like this engagement combo, because you're going to get the Solar Flare from Leona, you're going to get the On the Hunt from Sivir, and then you're going to get the Dragon's Descent by Shyvana, who's probably going to be balled in by Command Protect from AA Battery. And then once Pill is in there and in the middle of the enemy team, it's going to be up to AA Battery to make sure that the Shockwave lands. And one of the great things about this combination is the entire engagement can go off without a single projectile that can be canceled by Dawn Fury's Wind Wall. So it's going to be very interesting to see how both of these teams play, because both of them have the ability to engage. It's just how and when they choose to engage is going to be the real question. Now, we have moved past the observer time, so we will be moving into the champ select screen. So I'll throw that up because I can remember to shift screens on the occasion. So we are now moving into loading here, and we'll check and see the skin war, because that's what I have to actually go off of at this point. Seeing some very nice colorful borders here. We got 3 diamond ones for Baruch and 2 for RIT. So, and everyone else is platinum. So 2 pretty solid teams here coming together to play. And it looks like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. So a 3-2 win here in terms of the skin battle for RIT. Got the Ghost Bride Morgana based on La Llorona. And then we have Dragon Trainer Lulu and Brolaf. Oh, who can forget Brolaf? One of the ultimate party skins in this game. Look at him. He's got 2 colors. Both of them popped. Like a bro. Okay, we also see Victorious Elise and Ice Drake Shyvana up in the top. Wow, fast loads here. Only Dawn Fury is left, and he only has 8% left to load. Let's see if anyone's got any icons here. So, We see the Season 3 CLG icon here, supporting the CLG team that won today, and then a TSM icon. So, we are going to switch around. Actually, I don't need to touch a single champion. Yes, look at that, folks. Everyone is in their proper slot at the start of the game, and I needed to shift scenes because I remember to do those things because I'm a caster, right? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay, so getting back into it. So looking at how the teams are starting out, we're seeing a pretty wide spread here, I think. Probably going to see the line of scrimmage start. No one really going in for an early invade. Nothing too harsh here. So, looking at it, Orianna started out with the Doran's Ring. Doran's Ring start for Morgana as well. Double shield start in top. Double sword shield combo in bottom. So nothing really too remarkable. Everyone getting their warding totems at the start. Looking at it, it looks like Shyvana is actually going to... No. It's not Shyvana. I expect at least to start red and blue and come top, but right now it's looking like she may actually attempt to do her blue first and then end towards the bottom side of the map.
Minions have spawned.
And if Elise wants to gank mid, she's going to have to gank mid early. Morgana's going to take levels 1 and 2 are going to be the Dark Binding and the Tormented Soil. So if she can get in and land Cocoon before Morgana picks up the Black Shield, it's going to help her a lot as far as getting off a solid gank in mid before Morgana really gains that almost ungankable nature that she has once she has Black Shield. And one of the things that makes Black Shield so good against Elise is the fact that Cocoon only has a stun. It does not actually have a damage factor, so what the duration of Morgana's shield really depends on in most cases is the amount of magic damage done. And okay, Jaewon goes here pretty heavy onto Kayvon, and Kayvon just really trying to CC them out and do as much damage as he can while backing up, and looks like Seki is just doing... Actually took the Tormented Soil level 1. A little bit interesting pick there. I usually see... Oh wow, Plumber here gets jumped on with the Zenith Blade. Does not get the Shield of Daybreak there to land, and they will only return damage with some slight pokes, but nothing major. But that really turned out to be a little bit more risky than I think they were wanting to start, taking Jaewon very low. And Dawn Fury here trying to bully Pill around here in the early levels, but Pill is just not willing to fight it. He says, you know what, I'm going to farm out underneath my turret, and it's going to be all okay. Give me that elo has ended up here towards the bot lane. But with how pushed up his teammates are, I don't really know if he's got a great avenue here for a gank. Yeah, he's just going to walk off. Twin Kez tried to get into mid, but he didn't really find an opportunity as Morgana had actually pushed past the midway point here in what is going to really be a farm off here in mid lane, but AA Battery really taking an aggressive stance here early. He's up 23 to 14, so almost opening up a 10 CS lead here within the first 4 minutes. And here we see Pill and Dawn Fury fighting it out. Pill has actually now gained the level advantage onto Dawn Fury, and I expect him to start maybe bullying Dawn Fury a little bit more. Oh, Plumber gets jumped on. There's the Zenith Blade. There's the Boomerang Blade combo as they're just trying to put down enough damage onto Plumber, but that will be the exhaust burns here by Kayvon, and Kayvon is now just going to have to deal with them alone as Plumber will have to base. No, Plumber is not going to base. Just going to try and heal up as much as he can with the Doran's Blade and just hope that it's enough to survive if he gets hooked again. No, he's backed up now. And now it's all up to Kayvon to stop the wave as Zero and Jaewon keep on pushing up the bot lane. Don Fury is healing up a good bit thanks to his Doran Shield start, and Kayvon is just doing as much damage as he possibly... Well, he's not doing damage. He's trying to delay the minions from dying at tower as much as he can, waiting for his AD carry to get back in lane. We do see Gimme That Elo just roaming around the map, trying to find a place to go in, but really hasn't really found a comfortable spot to really get the gank off. I think right now he would much rather be towards the top looking to get in onto Don Fury, but otherwise he is just going to have to farm it up. Both junglers have really just taken a farming approach here, as neither of them have been able to get into the lane at this point, which I think might be a tad bit of... Well, really, since both of them are such strong early game gankers, I think this is kind of a loss for both of them almost, in the fact that both of them want to be in there and doing damage, but neither of them were able to, as the lanes were either pushed when they got there or too even to really get in. We do see the mid CS lead has sustained. AA Battery is still up 10, almost 12 CS right now. Don Fury starting to pick up a little bit of a CS lead on Pill, so is now hit level 6. Don Fury also hit level 6, but neither of them really wanting to go for the full in dive yet. I would wait to probably see a jungler up there before anything happens, but both junglers have stayed towards this bottom side of the map, and neither of them have really had anything go their way yet, as O and Jay Wong have had aggressive parts, but no one's really fought full into any part of this. But Zero has picked up a 18 CS lead. Oh, here goes the Zenith Blade, the Boomerang Blade. There's the Shield of Daybreak. The Clip also hit. This is a lot of damage. Now they're turning onto Kayvon, now that Plumber has escaped. And Plumber dropped very low. The barrier will save him from dropping. And now Zero and Jay Wong will aggressively push these minions, as they know that Plumber has had to leave lane there. There was no chance that he was going to be able to stay. So, yep, that's a 400 gold lead, 3 to 400 gold lead here for Baruch. And now Gimme That Elo starts up on Dragon. So Jay Wong, Gimme That Elo, Zero, and AA Battery here are teaming up on the Dragon, now knowing that the AD carry here for RIT had to go base after what was a very good first combination from Zero and Jay Wong. So Dragon goes down, pulling the gold lead to about 800 gold, and now Twinkez starts up on his red buff. Impressive healing that comes out from the Olaf W, and the attack speed that comes out from him being low health. Very impressive for taking jungle creeps at low health. And now Plumber is just going to try and harass them from really pushing the minions back in towards his tower here, as he just does not have the same level of strength that Zero does right now. Zero has the Vamp Scepter. Okay, here's the dive. Zenith Blade lands, Shield of Daybreak lands, Eclipse lands, but the Boomerang Blade does not hit in full. And that will leave Jay Wong, he's low. Plumber's at half health. Zero is full health, but had that Boomerang Blade fully landed, I would have liked to think Baruch probably would have ended up with a kill there. So, maybe a little bit of an opportunity lost. Pill just fighting it out with Don Fury. Don Fury has opened up a CS lead here, but neither of them really feel that they can kill the other. Pill has picked up a Bilgewater Cutlass, where it is attack speed boots and a Vamp Scepter for Don Fury. There's the Bilgewater Cutlass. He's going to dive onto Don Fury. Don Fury does land the Last Breath with Steel Tempest combo. Will Pill be able to? Yes, Pill does land the Flame Breath, but it is not enough, as Don Fury will escape. He will actually escape with his Ignite still up, so that is the only summoner spell left in the top lane, as we have still not yet seen really a jungle gank result in a kill in a lane. So, all in all, this has just been a farm fest, especially in mid. Okay, there it goes, the On the Hunt, but Twinkez was waiting for it, and now Jay Wong will have to deal with this. Gimme That Elo, throws out the Cocoon, hits a minion, tries to jump in and provide as much damage as he can, but it's simply not there. Now Plumber, Kayvon, and Twinkez are trying to get onto Jay Wong. He's slowed by the Undertow, There goes a great Cocoon to stop Twin Kez, and there goes the Solar Eclipse. Plumber picks up the first kill of the game. Gimme That Elo repels to try and maybe pick up Twin Kez, but Twin Kez gets wild throat by Kayvon. So all in all, 1 kill in bot lane, and it goes over to RIT. That will go a good deal towards evening up this game. And yeah, there goes a pink orb, so there's 100 gold wasted. So yeah, pretty much even gold all around. There goes a Cocoon that lands on the Plumber, but now Plumber just punishing, gimme that elo. And oh, Pill here is dropped very low by Dawn Fury. Dawn Fury just does not have enough to take him out. Did have to use the Ignite there. So no summoner spells in top lane, and no junglers present in top lane either. So top lane and mid lane have really been left to their own devices here, and it has seen Dawn Fury take a pretty decent farm advantage, and it's also seen a almost ridiculously even mid lane, as there is now just a slight CS lead here for Seki's Morgana, but that's really just fought by the fact that he has not based recently, whereas Orianna has just based, has the Chalice of Harmony, and has the Fiendish Codex. So both mids, no blue buff on AA Battery, but there is a blue buff on Seki right now, and Seki has really enjoyed having that blue buff, just able to spam out a ton of skills and really just keep the farm on the up and up. AA Battery just throwing out as much damage as he can. Start finding lands, but no follow-up damage. And Pill putting some pretty good damage onto this top turret, since Dawn Fury had to base after taking Pill out of zone. Pill did pick up Ninja Tabi to help mitigate a little bit of Dawn Fury's damage here, and hoping that he can get these trades back winning in his favor. Both teams so even right now, as really the biggest disparity is the 10 CS lead in top and the almost 20 CS lead in bottom, but that's mitigated largely by the farm. Gimme That Elo trying to get in on Dawn Fury. The Wind Wall will take away the Cocoon, and without Cocoon there is no chance of them catching Dawn Fury. Great Wind Wall there. And Seki here still dealing with AA Battery. He's just going to drop the Tormented Soil on that back lane. That back line of caster minions, which really almost just halts the push entirely. Zero and Jaewong looking to maybe get in onto this bot lane. All in all, still a pretty even bot lane here. And it looks like they have spotted out Olaf with the ward from Tri. Still on Dawn Fury here, still just fighting it out. And Olaf moves towards the bot lane, but he's caught out. We do see Morgana sitting in the Dragon Pit. Do not necessarily know why. But Zero and Jaewong here just sitting, farming in this mid lane. And you know, folks, this is really when there's it's a nice time if you have a co-caster with you at certain periods of time, but I'm now really missing my co-caster, as there are very few things to talk about by yourself in a farm fest. So usually this is, you know, where you crack a trope, make fun of something, otherwise have a repartee. Oh, there goes Dawn Fury. He is going to use his Steel Tempest into last breath. Doesn't even really drop Pill below half health, so Pill will just stay alive, heal up, feast off some minions, because he's got that build Rudder Cutlass, he's got the spell vamp to make it all better. So it looks like the Gimme That Elo wants to be able to get in onto this bot lane. There goes the Cocoon. That actually lands on Plumber. Here we go. Solar Flare lands. Phoenix Blade lands. Q lands. The Wild Growth onto Plumber will not keep him alive. Jaewong will pick up the kill with the Lips. And that was a great pickup there, as they went to go ward it. As Twin Kez here caught out by the Shockwave. Will the Ignite be able to cut through? No. Ignite will not pick him up through the pot and the shield by Lulu. The Black Shield by Morgana actually will do nothing to take away the Ignite. Ignite will tick through Black Shield because Black Shield only negates AP damage, and as we all know, Ignite is actually true damage. So, Twin Kez does get out of a hairy situation rather easily. But we do see Baruch take Dragon and take a blue buff. So all in all, good fight there. So blue buff. All in short order there for Baruch, as that provides us our first real substantial gold lead here of about 1.3k. And Dawn Fury still taking a very aggressive farming approach against Pill here, but he still does not feel like he can take Pill down. So one of the advantages here for Pill is he's just going to be able to keep on farming, keep on just growing towards being a tanky monster. AA Battery really wants to try and pull Seki out of this lane, but as long as Seki is playing back and really playing passive, only taking the minions that can be killed by that Tormented Soil, there aren't a terrible lot of opportunities in which for him to be aggressive and try and get the kills. And we also saw the blue buff there was taken by Gimme That Elo. So he has taken a minor CS lead here as far as the two junglers are concerned. But neither of them really been too successful. Oh, Jaewong lands a great Zenith Blade onto Plumber to try and get out of the bad situation. There goes a good Solar Flare. And will he be able to pick up Plumber? Yes, again. Yes, Zero has picked up Plumber. And now here comes AA Battery helping to pick up Twin Kez. Twin Kez is down. Now it's Zero onto Kayvon, and he does have a red buff, just providing all the slows. There's Pill jumping onto Dawn Fury. Give me that elo. Oh, the Cocoon is taken out by the wind wall, but it won't matter. Pill chases him through underneath the tower. AA Battery has picked up Kayvon, so that is 4 members of RIT dead in a very short span of time there, as only Seki is left alive as he is pushing the mid tower. But all in all, good fights there by Baruch, which all started with their support getting caught out of position. So, you know, sometimes good things come at the, what may seem at the worst of times. So we'll be all happy to see what Baruch can do with this lead that they have garnered here. And that's a 2-0-2 start for Zero. So he has picked up a Bloodthirster. He has also picked up a Pickaxe, which I assume will probably go towards, was most likely a Last Whisper, maybe Infinity Edge, but Infinity Edge is extremely unlikely. We do have a 1-0-1 AA Battery. He has picked up his Athene's Unholy Grail, whereas the Zanya's Hourglass has been finished here for Seki's Morgana. So with that Zanya's Hourglass, he will now be able to team fight at pretty much what is his max effectiveness, which is the Zanya's ulti combination. And with the Zanya ulti, it really just makes your team fight more dynamic. It adds great AoE, crowd control. Oh, Dawn Fury here gets engaged on by Pill. He is going to use Steel Tempest and his ulti, trying to do enough damage. Who will drop? They both drop. As both of them use their ignites, they will drop one to each other. So it is now a 2-1-0 Pill and a 1-2-0 Dawn Fury. And now it looks like Baruch has moved on towards trying to take this bottom tower. Yes, they will take it as Jaewong throws out the Solar Eclipse. There's the On the Hunt by Zero. Here's Seki coming from the side. He has now used his ultimate with the Zanya's Hourglass, but only one shackle stays intact, and that's Jaewong. Give me that elo, repels down, and he is able to help out with the kill. Seki so low. Oh, and Seki drops, and we just saw Twin Kez get out just barely alive. Zero just trying to deal with the bot lane that was left, who was trying to kill AA Battery, but AA Battery will get out just fine. So 1 for 1 in the bot lane trade here, but the tower goes down, and that will be the second tower down here for Baruch. Okay, so we will be getting actually my co-caster in here as soon as he picks up. So oh my goodness. So we will be getting back to this very soon. We do see Dawn Fury. Sorry, you will have to put up with the Skype call noise here for a second while we try and get him back on. Hey, you back?
Yes.
Well, congratulations. We're back in game. Are you in game yet?
I'm trying to spectate you right now. Right
Okay.
client says it's not working.
Restart client and try.
Yeah.
Okay, so we now see Baruch here. They are going to take another blue buff. They are starving Psyche for the blue buffs, and it looks like they are prepped for the dragon that's going to come out in about 30 seconds. But 30 seconds is a long time to hold an area where you're just waiting for something to happen. So this is giving RIT plenty of time to really set up, get ready for this fight. The blue buff there will spot out the Trinket Ward, but they will actually take out the pink ward themselves thanks to the Trinket, and it's a vision fight here, but it's a vision fight that Baruch is winning, because Baruch here will take the dragon down, and now they are going to try and get to the backside of RIT here, as Pill is all ready to help them engage the fight, but it looks like no one is going to be able to fight this. And yeah, RIT's just going to pull out from the side. So no real fight there, and Baruch will move on towards this mid turret. Let's see if they're able to take it down. In response, it looks like no, they are going to be left just short as they continue to try and get this together. There's a solar flare, and there goes the combo. The growth lands. Zonius and ulti go down, but Dawn Fury is so low, and it looks like Baruch are pushed off, but Dawn Fury is so low. If any damage really lands onto him, he is going to be in a sad state. There's Plumber. There's the Dragon's Descent by Pill. Twinkez will have the Ricochet bounced off him. He will drop. So that is the first kill of this fight, as it goes one side in, one side in, one side in, and now it will be mid-turret down. And will Baruch keep on pushing past this? Oh! Double A battery lands the QW combo. That will drop Kayvon. And this is not looking good for RIT, as they have just lost the second member in this team fight. That's a 2-for-0 exchange and a tower here for Baruch, as they are just pushing and pushing on, as this is going to get very scary, as Orianna is just going to keep on powering up here. Finish the Athenes, picked up a Haunting Guise, which may now move on to a Leandri's Rylai's combination. No, it's actually just going to be a needlessly large rod to move on towards that Rabadon's death cap, just maxing out the power. And Sivir has picked up the Last Whisper, that is finished, and a dagger to move towards probably something that will build from the Zeal family. Give me that Elo. Moving up there with Jaewong, maybe trying to pick up Dawn Fury, but Dawn Fury's gonna get out of town rather fast. Truthfully, he had nothing to worry about Jaewong, but give me that Elo, who is waiting in the wings, has finished his Haunting Guise, so Haunting Guise and Spirit of the Elder Golem are finished for him. And boy, Pill is looking strong right now. He has finished his Blade of the Rune King. He has the Sunfire Cape. So two very big items for him, finished and ready to go whenever they choose to fight next. And otherwise, it is going to be a siege game, I think, from here on out, as Baruch has gone up by 6k gold, which is a strong amount. But they now have to siege against a team that has the Glitter Lance, the Piltover Peacemaker, Tormented Soil, and the Undertow and Steel Tempest when it is up and ready. So it's going to be very hard to push against RIT right now. Dark Binding thrown out does not land on anyone. One thing I do worry about here for RIT is even if they get a Dark Binding right now, they don't have the Chain CC or the burst damage to take it out. So we are just waiting to see what happens. And Paco, I have been talking for a while now. Do you have anything you'd like to interject right now? Oh, as we see a big team fight go off. And Double A Battery trying to get out. Zero now just dealing with Twinkez. Twinkez keeps on going. And Double A Battery will finally drop Twinkez. And here comes Dawn Fury onto the backside as Jaewong and Pill are left out. There goes the, oh wow, a great combo there from Dawn Fury will help him take out Zero, who was just sitting there towards the back, and that will be a kill. Paco, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think of that fight, or have you gotten there?
Well, so far the fight is just the only reason it was close at all for RIT is because of a really great Morgana Zhonya's actually, which actually stalled them for a bit, and Olaf just driving to the back. Had they landed a little bit more CC, they could have been able to take that off of Baruch, but I mean the whole siege going on right now is just because of the lead that they have in gold. They just have more items, they have more damage coming out.
Yeah, no, it's just using your lead to your advantage. That's half of League of Legends, in my opinion. So kills are at 13-6. We're seeing some pretty good KDAs here from the mid and ADC here of Baruch, as AA Battery is sitting at 5-1-4, finished the death cap. He is doing a lot of damage. And we also see a 3-1-6 number coming out of Zero, as he has finished his Zeal, which what he will build out of that will be kind of the next mystery. Probably a Static Shiv, but who knows, maybe he'll go into the either Trinity Force or Phantom Dancer family there.
Yeah, well, with the whole Last Whisper and Bloodthirster build, that's kind of similar to what we've seen with the whole the Legolas build to Varus, because the Boomerang in the same aspect, where if you just build that straight raw damage along with the armor penetration, you can actually get a really nice chunk out of people if you're only hitting them. The forward and backwards combination with the Boomerang, I mean, it can amount for so much damage in a quick chunk of sieging, because you can really see that they do have that kind of poke ability. They have Orianna, they have Sivir, and they can kind of just take people off of turrets.
Yep, so they now move off from Dragon on towards the turrets, and Seki, Twinkez, and Kayvon, they're just trying to kill the waves before they get there with the help of Plumbers, Piltover, Peacemaker. But they are also dealing with Orianna, who's going to be able to keep on poking very well this game. With the AP that's already on AA Battery right now, it's going to be very hard to stay under turrets.
Yeah, I mean, the ability to just quickly use these movements, because you also have the cooldown reduction from that Athene's Unholy Grail. I mean, you're able to zone people in a position where a really timely and well-placed Solar Flare from Leona could actually get a nice dive for you, because you do have Shyvana as well. You have the On the Hunt that will combine with that. I mean, there's so much possibilities.
Yeah, but we are still seeing this wave clear here from RIT just almost being impossible to push on. And they don't really have the engagement they want quite yet. They have all the ultis, and actually they have almost every summoner spell except for the flash of AA Battery ready to go for this. So it'll be interesting to see whether they choose to initiate or they wait to be initiated upon. But truthfully, I don't know what from either team would have to land for an initiation to start.
Well, I mean, for Baruch, they don't even have to start, really. There was a nice wave pushing up top, you know, hitting that tower pretty well. They have a wave, you know, that's kind of building up for them, even in the middle. So, I mean, slowly but surely, they can hit this a little bit. If Orianna would just move her ball up a bit more, and they just had a little bit more confidence in their damage to take that tower down, they actually have pretty good damage to follow up. So, I mean, they look like they're going to back off though, but besides that, I mean, all they have to do is have a little bit more confidence in their zoning potential.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just going to see Orianna get stronger and stronger. We're actually going to see Elise get tankier and tankier as Elise has finished her Randuin's. So, Randuin's Elder Golem, very good for junglers right now. It helps them get towards the backline, and it helps them catch up towards some of the speedier AD carries. Oh, Pill and Dawn Fury are fighting. There goes the last breath from Tempest combo. Pill is very low, just not able to fight Dawn Fury in the slightest, even despite the Dragon's Descent. And Dawn Fury did not use his Ignite, but there goes the Solar Flare. Double A Battery wraps up Dawn Fury using the Shockwave. And now there are 5 members here of Baruch. There's only 4 on the map here. That was a Randuin drop here, as they now have started actually doing the Baron. Jaewon here sitting in the Baron pit taking a lot of damage while clearing wards. That's not going to be terribly helpful should they choose to fight this. Yeah, they're going to have to back off. They did use 2 different ultis, 3 ultis, in order to pick up the kill on Dawn Fury, as On the Hunt was also used to help people get in position. So they were not poised for a fight right there, especially considering the amount of damage they were taking from Baron. And, whew, man, it's getting harder and harder to see RIT getting back into this game, especially if they lose another fight.
I mean, they're already so far behind, and the way that their characters are, the champions, Olaf doesn't scale that well into the late game. Caitlyn needs those items, and right now, with what she has so far, it's not going to be enough to be hitting from that back line. They don't have the proper hard engage that they need, that just Baruch has right now.
Oh my goodness, Double A Battery lands a Shockwave onto 4 members of the enemy team, pretty much securing Baron all by himself for his team. Seki will get picked up here by Gimme That Elo, and suddenly this has just turned all kinds of awful for RIT as Baruch pick up Baron. They pick up a 4 for 1 team fight, as all members of Baruch who were in the Baron pit are left alive, and the only one left to guard here is Kayvon, and Kayvon will not be able to deal with Pill and Zero, as they're just going to keep on pumping out damage. That's the first inhibitor tower down, and the inhibitor will drop here, but man, what a Shockwave.
That was an amazingly placed Shockwave, and it's so rare to see an Orianna be able to do that without some sort of ball delivery. Usually you see it on the Shyvana or on the Leona when they go in, or even Elise. That's where the ball delivery comes from. But to have great placement and timing like that, I mean, Double A Battery just had a great Shockwave, and that's definitely something that would show up on some sort of highlight reel.
Yeah, if we had a play of the game, I think right now that would have to be play of the game.
Yeah, that definitely ensured Baron for them, like you said earlier.
Yeah, because they were coming in, like, that was the engagement that they had. They talismaned of Ascension, they were trying to get in, and that was just, I say the name moment. Just, no. You all get to sit here and take damage. No
Talisman of Ascension, no stopping Baron.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly was a Shockwave.
All too true, all too true. And that'll be a Void Staff now on Double A Battery, and if we thought he hurt before, this is just going to get even worse. Pill now actually uses Dragon's Descent to try and catch up to Dawn Fury, but he will not be able to catch up to him. He is a speedy swordsman, as he has his Static Shiv. He does have the IE finished. So he is at max damage right now, as he looks to build what I assume to be a Bloodthirster.
Yeah, so you're trying to get that damage to follow up with that crit chance that is doubled that he gets. But he also needs that lifesteal, because with a squishy champion who's also like an assassin, such as Yasuo, if you're not able to blow people up right away, you're going to have something to help you sustain through the fight. And without any heals on his side, he has to get that Bloodthirster to be able to kind of chunk some back for himself, because those crits do end up hitting people for a lot, so you can actually lifesteal for quite a bit.
Alright, it looks like Baruch here will start moving on this turret. They do have 4 members up top, while Elise is actually left here in the mid trying to push this wave up, trying to get the super minions to start really messing with the enemy team's base, because with super minions, you can't just let the wave be. They won't just disappear. They will get to tower almost 100% of the time unless champions really start dealing with them. But it looks like RIT is, they're doing a pretty good job of dealing with them before they're able to get to the 2 Nexus turrets. And bot lane not really pushing too hard for Baruch. I would have liked to have seen them maybe put a little bit more emphasis towards getting into bot lane to push up those minions, because when you start having pushes on opposite sides, that's when you're getting the super effects. Oh, Shockwave lands. That lands onto Plumber. Give me that Elo jumps in as they're trying to chase down Plumber, who's very low. There is on the hunt. Hill is actually taking down Dawn Fury just off screen. And now the Dark Binding, oh, it lands on a minion. Now Zero and Hill are trying to take down as much as they can, knowing that they have the advantage while Dawn Fury is still low. Jay Wong takes a Dark Binding and a Tormented Soil, but that will really not mean much to him, as that is second inhibitor down for Baruch, and they are just rolling.
Yeah, I mean, this is the impact that they've had already with that first inhibitor down. They don't even really need a clean fight right now. Just any form of initiation will push people off of the tower.
Right, and we just saw Seki drop to a good combo there by Jay Wong, followed up by the rest of his team. And that has been something that's been very impressive for Baruch. Oh, wow, they just blew up Kayvon with the damage out from AA battery. And that will be second Nexus turret down. This will probably be Nexus down, yes. They are able to take down Plumber on the towers, or on the steps of the spawning portal. And that will be Nexus down and GG to Baruch, who will be able to take this game and move on to the next round. So that will finish up our Northeast coverage here today. Thanks for being with us, folks. And Paco, I'm sorry we kind of got you in late here.
No, my apologies.
Yeah. Otherwise, it was a good game, and a good game for Baruch. I look forward to seeing them in the next round. Otherwise, that'll be it from... that's it for you tonight, Paco. And
yes.
If you folks want to stay tuned, I will be back at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, in order to start coverage on the Western bracket of the Low Collegiate Games. So I entreat you to come in and join the fun then. Otherwise, we'll be signing off. I'm Pepitas Nestle. He's Yellow Paco. Have a good night.